Hey everyone, back on Enjoying here. Got a first update video for Queen Mary, since I haven't really posted it out here on YouTube before. But we'll just kind of go through the exterior, look at some things that are going on with the outside, and then we'll take a look at what's been started on the interior. And you'll also see some other ships that are mine and some of my friends floating around. I'll point those out as we go through, but focus on Queen Mary. Trying out some shaders too, so hopefully it's not too bright in the recording. We'll see what happens there. But I got the forecastle up here. Skittery Fiber helped do this for me on here. Came out pretty good. Recently we've redone all the railings on our ship, so we don't use the stairs and slabs anymore to go with lightning rods and end rods here. Up close it looks kind of funky, but in renders I think it's pretty good. Works out really well. Doesn't take up as much space as all the blocks and the slabs used to. So some areas it might look a little funky, but it's whatever if you ask me. Wheelhouse, done by Skittery Fiber again as well. It's going to be helping me with a lot of the interiors. And in fact, the Aquatanias that are right over here are also his. And got some new models as well here. I just realized I'm going to show these. So Zytrex helped make these new models for the chorus plant, so I can help get some, I don't even really know, some curves here. These are air escapes, and my game's freezing on me. But yeah, just moving along. Not a whole lot else has changed on the exterior since the exterior was finished and posted on Patreon, Planet Minecraft. But biggest change really is just those railings looking different. And these propeller shaft wings down here are going to be redone as well sometime soon. They're not really up to standard with some of the newer ships that Skittery Fiber and I have been building. Like over here, we've got Campania that I'm working on. Campania is a little different though. Campania's only got 2 propellers, and her propeller shaft's a little bit funky, a little bit different compared to other ships because they don't actually angle; they just literally come straight out, which is kind of odd. Over here on the other side of Campania, got Mauritania of 1938. This is the newest one that we've done here, so you can see what Skittery Fiber helped me do here on these propeller shafts. So you can tell the shaping is a lot smoother, a lot cleaner. The pattern looks a lot better than what we got on Queen Mary right now. So I got to get around to getting that removed and fixed up and updated. This is also a pretty new thing here, so I'm not going to cover it right now, but just know that I've got a Mauritania 1938 in the works. Moving into the interior here on Queen Mary, you can see we got some observation bar, observation lounge interior all finished up. Again, thanks to Skittery Fiber. Got this whole area looking pretty good. Sorry if it's a little dark. Again, it's just my shaders, and I'm not that great with getting these shaders optimized. But get an idea of what's going on in here. Got the couches, got the 1936 floor pattern going on. Got some nice bar details here. Again, might look different than what you see nowadays on Long Beach versions. Long Beach doesn't really know what they're doing, what they want to do with the ship. So we got original 1936 kind of appearance going on in this room, which, in my opinion, how this should look, how Queen Mary should be. And moving aft, we've got what I've been working on the last couple of weeks is I'm starting to do the main hall. It's a little annoying with the shear. It kind of makes parts of the ceiling and the deck in here look a little funny, but that's the way it goes. And again, with shaders, can't really get the whole view in here right now, but it'll look a lot better once you get lights and everything else finished in here. Original 1936 floor has actually got a jade green marble as kind of the main color that's in this room. And it's not actual marble, the floor material is made out of. It's a linoleum that's just colored in a jade green marble type pattern with bands of buff and black. Kind of hard to represent with some of these bands of buff because they're supposed to be pretty darn thin. I did it with this glazed terracotta retexture over here, but I can't do that on slabs, so gonna have to cut my losses on that one. Got some of the bookstore started in here, W.H. Smith bookstore. On the other side, haven't put it in yet. It's supposed to be a tobacco shop. And then eventually I'm gonna put the first class library in here. And on the other side, the first class drawing room going in right here. And if we keep heading aft, go past some more of these showcases and some stairs going up to Sun Deck, we'll get to the first class writing room, which should be right here. One of two. We'll do another one on the other side. Again, haven't really put anything in here just yet. And then here, Skittery Fiber, once again, helping do some interior. He's working on the lounge. So we've been making good progress on here in the lounge. It's getting close to being done. Just got to put in a lot of the furniture. Looks like he was also starting to work on some furniture designs, furniture colors earlier today. So this will probably be changed or improved or moved around later on. Still missing some details around the stage here. But again, still kind of early work in progress. And I've been starting to line out some of the other areas back here beyond it. So we've got just a passageway leading into the starboard gallery, which is going to be built up and across the way. Eventually be the long gallery, which very frustrating. Tiny bit of slab shear right here at the very back end of the room. Almost got away with the entire thing having no shear. Would have been easy, but what can you do? Queen Mary's got tons of shear. I also started putting in the aft first class staircase right here, so this is going to look kind of nice once that's all built up. I'm sure you can tell down here too, got all of this area down here sort of built. Spent a lot of time putting in all the tanks, and I've still got some tanks to do back here in the stern. But basically the entirety of this whole area is ready for powertrain, ready for boilers, engines, and other machinery. So like here's one of the engine rooms. This is forward engine room. There's the hatch up there. Same back here. Moving forward, you got boiler room 5 all the way up to the funnel. Turbo generator room 2, boiler room 4, boiler room 3, forward turbo generator room, boiler room 2, boiler room 1, and the water softening plant right here. And in front of that, I actually started doing some of this as well, a cargo hold. Not really happy with how I did the boards here on the side. These are originally for protecting the edge of the hull from cargo and helping have something to lash the cargo to. Not really happy with having the slabs. It feels like it sticks out way too much. Probably going to mess around with it, experiment with it a little bit more. We'll see. And then most of the tanks up here are not done yet. You can see I got nothing in here. But I did do the peak tank all the way up in here. We go inside, you can kind of take a look. Nothing super special, but it's really just empty with holes for, you know, water all the way down in to the bottom of the ship down in here. So, working on that. And actually, let's go take a look at some of these other tanks in here. We'll go back into, go towards the midship area. I'll show you right in here one of the fuel tanks. Got the fuel tanks built up, so they're double skinned on Queen Mary. So we got the 2 inner linings on the other side of the fuel tank. Got some web frames here on the edges with supporting brackets, different supporting arms, stringers that go around the edges, and a ladder that'll take you through it for maintenance and cleaning, which I got to make the manhole opening for up on the deck above. And down here, you can see some of the underfloor tanks. So these are before your reserve feed water or sometimes ballast. And they don't go all the way along because different tanks, so they come to different water type bulkheads. Of course, here they continue to go out farther towards the edge of the hull. But that's kind of it for down here in the powertrain. I don't really think I have anything else to show off in here at the moment. There's not a whole lot that's been done in terms of interior just yet. right now we're focusing on prom deck. So promenade deck. We're gonna get prom deck all finished up, and then we're gonna move up. So we're gonna go from prom up to sun deck. So if I go through here, you'll see part of these stairs being built up, but also here for sun deck. Some of sun deck cabins will be. We'll have the squash court right in here. Gym, first class gymnasium back here. And then we gotta keep moving forward with these cabins. Up on sun deck. And then above it will be the officers' quarters, which we'll put in. So we're gonna do prom deck and above, get all of the interior on prom deck and above finished up before we start moving down. Although you can kind of tell I started building some things a little bit lower in the ship because I'm not really good at sticking to plans that I put in place. And even this right here, you can see I started building down the trunk for some of the vents all the way up at the top, coming down to the boiler rooms. So, oh, yeah, and actually, let me show this. I didn't even show this off. So we got a couple of cabins we started here just to kind of get an idea of what they're going to look like when we start putting them in. So I put in these layouts here for my friend Eric and for Skittery Fiber to start working on. And you can see we got a little bit of interior going in here in these cabins. So this is main deck, I believe, that we're still on. So this is main deck. Just one of those standard cabins, not one of the suites. But pretty good interior spaces in here. You got the nice heater over here. It's supposed to be a mirror. You have to use a little bit of your imagination on that one. There's a door right here that would take you into another adjoining cabin if they wanted to be kind of en-suite rooms, but right now, let's just stick to this room. So each room would have 2 beds. No king-size beds, no queen-size beds. Little wash basin here. And of course, one of the staples of these first-class cabins is they get their own private bathroom. So you got your private use sink, private toilet, and your private shower or bathtub. Pretty nice amenity to have if you're first class in 1936, not gonna lie. And, oh, I just put myself inside of a wardrobe on accident. I was trying to find the door to get out of here. There we go. And then here's the other cabin. Basically the same. Most of these first class cabins, they're pretty standard in what they had on the interior. Really, the biggest changes would be some of the wood paneling and the floor carpets and the rugs in the rooms. That's really the biggest difference that you'll find with a lot of the cabins on board the ship. When we start getting into the suites, you'll really see a lot of the changes in the suites. The suites were very, very different from different suites, and over time as well, the furniture arrangement or the way the rooms were set up could be changed pretty much at will. So that's going to line this whole midship section right in here, basically from where those 2 cabins are all the way up to about here by the main staircase. So those are going to be the suites later on. So that's about it for now. That's kind of where we're at with the Queen Mary at the moment. I'm sure some of you might be wondering what's going on with Titanic. We'll get a Titanic update video out sometime in the future. I'm sure, just as you can tell from this one, we're making a little progress on Queen Mary and some other ships, making progress on a bunch of other projects. Taking a slight break from Titanic, but don't worry, we'll get back to it. We'll get an update out for that sometime eventually. Actually, I shouldn't even make any promises because I'm not good at keeping those promises. If you're interested in keeping up to date pretty much weekly on what projects I'm working on, or to even have access to downloads of any of my builds, check out my Patreon, which should be linked in the description, as well as linked in the screen at the end of the video. From there, my Patreon, you'll be able to keep up to date on everything I'm working on, when updates for downloads come out, and then you'll have access to downloads of all my ships. So any of my ships you want to explore for yourself rather than just checking out in YouTube videos or on Planet Minecraft posts, you'll be able to do that. So check out my Patreon, check out my Planet Minecraft as well for more pictures of my ships and my builds. Other than that, thanks for watching.